So good morning to everyone. So today we will be discussing about the Gibbs paradox because we were discussing in the last class about we have given a brief introduction about Gibbs paradox because when you are when you consider the extensive property what we are expecting is that when you increase the number of particle and the number of size of that box or container, then irrespective with respect to that there should be an additional increase we are expecting in the case of the energy and the entropy case, as we have seen that in the last class. Okay, so Gibbs paradox is saying is that when you are mixing two gases, okay, when you are mixing two gases with having entropy S1 and S2, and when you finally understand the final entropy and the initial entropy when you consider, and the difference should be equal to zero, so that we can say that the entropy is almost conserved and it is almost like the change in entropy will be equal to zero. So that is what we have to expect in a normal case. So in the case of a Gibbs paradox, what he was trying to say that there is a paradoxical change we could expect when you consider extensive property. What is extensive property is that it is actually depending on the size and the number of particles in a particular container or a particular area. So when you increase the number of particles, that is when you increase the number of particle twice, then there will be a respective increase in number of particle, and the energy associated with this particle will be having Pe, and the corresponding entropy will also have the again the which having a same kind of change you can expect in this case. Okay, what so and similarly, like in the case of a okay, so similarly when you increase the volume also there should be an increase in the volume as well. So when you take two containers A1 and A2, so we are taking two containers A1 and A2, or two chambers will we are taking into consideration. There are two chambers A1 and A2 here, okay, which are having the number of particles N1 and V1. Okay, so first one A1 has a number of particle N1 and V1, and we have N2 and V2 for A2, the second chamber. Okay, and the corresponding temperature will be same for the both case, because temperature is an intensive quantity, so it won't vary for different cases. So we are taking the temperature is same in these two cases, and we have the entropy S1 and entropy S2 also we having here. And when you consider a mass M1, if you fill A1, this chamber A1 with a gas M1 which having a mass M1, and we having a mass M2, the chamber 2 is filled with a gas which is having the mass M2. So here is the case for the case. And normally what we would expect is that when there is n is increased by twice the value, okay, and correspondingly the entropy, that is S1 plus S2, as you mix these two chambers together, that is if you take A1 plus A2, okay, that means what, you are mixing these two chamber. So normally what we would expect is that N1 plus N2 will be the V1 plus V2 will be the, and T will be the same for both cases, and S1 plus S2 will be the, then mass M1 plus M2 will be the, okay. But when you consider the value of S1 plus S2, okay, S1 and S2, when you evaluate the value of this representation, the initial case when you consider this before mixing, so this is a case we can say that this is a case for before mixing case, that is two gases in a two chamber with two different number of particles and different number of mass, and this is a case we can say that this is a case where we are mixed these two gases together. Okay, this is a case corresponding to that. And normally if you evaluate the entropy of A1 plus S2, that is S1 plus S2, okay, so the total entropy of these two chambers A1 and A2 will be S1 plus S2. And similarly what we would expect is that when you after mixing these two gas, we are expecting that the entropy will be like S1 plus S2 as well. That means when you consider the change in entropy delta S, this will be equal to 0, right? Okay, the before mixing and after mixing, when you consider the entropy, so both S1 plus S2 means the change in entropy will be equal to 0. So this is our expectation in a normal case. Okay, in an ideal way it should be in this form, but what we would see is that in all the cases delta S will be greater than 0. Okay, it may not be 0. That means what? There is a difference in entropy when you are mixing and after mixing. Okay, the entropy value, the change in entropy is a non-zero value which has a greater than 0 value we could see. So this is a case, we call it as a paradoxical case, because the change in entropy is greater than 0, but normally what we would expect is that the entropy will be equal to 0. Change in entropy will be equal to 0 because after and before mixing will be same entropy. That is our expectation. But what we could observe is that the change in entropy will be always greater than 0. So this is a representation of a Gibbs paradoxical situation where the entropy is greater than 0. And what Gibbs has introduced is that Gibbs has given a sort of solution to overcome this situation, because ultimately we need to end up in a case is that in order to conserve the entropy, the should be delta should be equal to 0. So in order to get delta is equal to 0, he has introduced some additional representation for this calculation that we will look into that later. Before that, let me just evaluate a few representation of uh, microstate with respect to entropy. Okay, so we have seen different cases for microstate in our last few discussion, that we have seen we have represented omega representation, then we had a representation sigma, and these are the representation for gamma. So what this all are representing microstate at different point of time, and we said that microstate at a particular energy interval it is representing by gamma, and microstate at a constant energy it is represented by sigma. Okay, so such type of representation of microstate we already have seen, and also we had a representation that is for entropy can be represented as entropy can be represented as kb ln gamma. So this representation we have represented in our last class, and we also said that if kb ln gamma is there, then what we know that kb ln sigma also we can write it like this, because we have seen that ln gamma is equal to ln sigma. Okay, whereas gamma not equal to sigma. Okay, so this representation we had seen in our last few lectures. Okay, so let me just start it again here, because we have seen a representation for ln sigma in the last class, where we have represented our representation what like this. Ln sigma is what? Kb ln sigma is there, right? So what was our ln sigma? Ln sigma is equal to what? It is n ln v by h cube 4 pi m e by 4 pi m e by 3n raised to 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 nk. So this was the representation for ln sigma. Okay, where sigma is the microstate at a constant energy, and gamma is the microstate at a particular energy interval. Okay, so I can substitute ln sigma in this equation, so that I will be getting kb equal to kb into n into ln v by h cube 4 pi m e divided by 3n raised to 3 by 2. Okay, plus 3 by 2 nk. So when you just multiply, then we'll have a representation, sorry, 3 by 2 n is there, right? Not nk. Okay, let me just drop it like here. So when you evaluate this one, so when you just multiply kb into inside, that is n kb ln V by H cube 4 pi me divided by 3n raised to 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 n kb will be there. Okay, so this is the value of entropy when you take the Boltzmann constant into the bracket of that problem. And now what we know that we are doing just expanding this representation, because we can just take this h square h cube into the bracket of that. That means I can represent this equation like this, that is n. So I'll just keep nk. I'm not keeping always nkb, so instead I'll just nk ln v, because when you consider this value, so this is a volume actually multiplied to this representation, and I'll also take this h cube inside this bracket. Okay, so that I can represent nk ln v plus nk ln, okay, nk ln 4 pi me divided by 3n h square, okay, raised to 3 by 2. So h square raised to 3 by 2 means what? H cube. So I can just take h cube into this one. So I will be just keeping that h square representation, that is 4 pi me 3n h square raised to 3 by 2. Okay, plus 3 by 2 n kb will be the. So this is our representation. Now what I can do is that I can take that 3 by 2 nk in this from the representation. So what I'll be having is that, because when you expand this bracket, then you will be having nk ln v, nk ln v. So here we have logarithmic of 4 pi me 3n h square raised to 3 by 2. That means I can write it as 3 by 2 nk ln 4 pi me divided by 3n h square. So I can represent like this, plus 3 by 2 nk. So now I can take 3 by 2 nk outside, so that I will be having nk ln v, that is 3 by 2 nk I can take outside, so that I will be having 1 plus, because when you take 3 by 2 nk from here, that is 1 plus will be the 1 plus ln 4 pi me divided by 3n h square will be there. Okay, 3n h square representation will be there. Okay, so this is what we will be getting for that equation. And now if we already know that the energy representation for E, the energy value for, we have seen in the earlier discussion, that is energy E equal to what? E equal to 3 by 2 nkbt. So we have represented like that, right? So energy E equal to 3 by 2 nkbt. So when I substitute that into the equation, that is, we have energy representation in this equation, E is here, right? So when I am just substituting that, I will be having nk ln v plus 3 by 2 nk, okay, into 1 plus ln. So if I substitute 3 by 2 nkbt over here, so I will have the value, that is 2 pi mkt divided by h square will be the remaining value I will be having. Okay, I'll just substitute E equal to 3 by 2 nkbt, then I will be getting, that is 1 plus ln 2 pi m kt divided by h square. So this equation we can take it as equation number 1 for our discussion. Okay, so you just represent entropy in this fashion, that is nk ln v 3 by 2 nk 1 plus ln 2 pi m kt h square. Because why do we represent in this fashion? Because we don't have any idea of the energy of this particle. Okay, so we all know about the different parameters, that is temperature, the number of particles, and the volume representation we know. Okay, that are the few parameters we already know about that particular when you consider that particular chamber. Okay, so I have got a representation for entropy, that is in terms of volume, temperature, and the number of particle representation. Okay, so that is how I have derived a representation. Then I keep the equation as equation number 1 over here. So let me just say that, so when you consider a case before mixing, okay, so I'll be just keeping the case that it is a before mixing case. So where we have the entropy value having S1 is the entropy in that case. Corresponding to S1, that is before mixing, we have the chamber right like here, right? So before mixing means we have a chamber where N1 is there, V1 is there, and T is there, S1 is there, and we have M1 is there, and similarly N2, V2, and T, and S2, and M2 is there. So this is the case for before mixing. Okay, so I can just represent S1 equal to the entropy of the first chamber will be equal to what? That is NK ln V1. Okay, plus 3 by 2 N1K N1K 1 plus N 2 pi, but here mass is M1, right? M1 KT, temperature is T itself, divided by H square. So this is the representation for S1. And similarly, when you consider the second chamber, S2 will be equal to what? That is N2 K ln V2 plus 3 by 2 N2K into 1 plus ln 2 pi M2 KT, okay, divided by H square will be there. Okay, so we have got S1 and S2, that is entropy S1 and S2 for the different chamber A1 and A2 we are represented here. And now I'll just keep the representation that, let me just say that the before mixing entropy, the total entropy, okay, the total entropy before mixing, okay, total entropy before mixing, let me just represent it as SA. So SA equal to what? That is SA equal to S1 plus S2. Okay, so that is I'll be getting that SA equal to, when you add S1 plus S2 here, so we'll have N1K ln V1 plus N2K ln V2, okay, right, plus 3 by 2 N1K into 1 plus ln 2 pi M1 KT divided by H square, right? Then plus we'll have 3 by 2 N2K into 1 plus ln 2 pi M2 KT divided by H square will be having, right? Okay, so this is a total entropy before mixing case, that is we are adding the entropy of the two chamber together, that is SA. So SA equal to S1 plus S2, like I can represent it now. Okay, now let me just take the case of after mixing case. After mixing, okay, for after mixing case, what we will be having is that our total number of particle will be what? After mixing, the total number of particle will be N1 plus N2. Okay, that is when you consider the chamber after mixing, that is means the total number of particle will be N1 plus N2. Okay, and V1 plus V2, and the temperature will be same for this case. Okay, and what we need to evaluate the respective entropy here, whether it is S1 plus S2 or rather it has some different value. So that is we are going to evaluate here. So we'll have a general representation for entropy equation, that is we having, that is S is equal to NKLN V 3 by 2 NK 1 plus ln 2 pi m KT by H square. Okay, so we are mixing two different gases here, right? That is M1 plus M2. There are two different gases, M1 plus M2. So let me just say that so your total mass will be also like, you can represent M1 plus M2 like that. Okay, if you consider the total mass, if they are properly mixing, you have to consider the total mass. Otherwise, you have to consider each mass as different as well. Okay, let me just come to this stage. So that is the entropy is S is equal to, here the value of N is what? The general representation is NKLNV plus, okay, NKLNV 3 by 2 NK into 1 plus ln 2 pi mkt divided by h square. So this is a representation corresponding to general representation of entropy for that case. So we have n equal to what? N equal to n1 plus n2, v equal to v1 plus v2, and temperature is same for these cases. Okay, so let me say that is b. Okay, so if I calculate the total entropy after mixing will be, I'll just represent that SB. So that is, what is the total, and after mixing the number of particles will be what? That is N1 plus N2. N1 plus N2 into Ln. The volume will be, so let me keep the volume will be as of V. Just let me just keep it as V itself for the time being. Okay, and we have 3 by 2 N1 plus N2 K, okay, into 1 plus ln 2 pi m I k t. I'll just keep it as m I k t by h square. Why do I represent that? Because when you consider n1, it is for the particle m1, n2, then this is the mass of the gas m2. So let me just represent it like that. So when you expand this representation, so I can represent SB equal to what? SB equal to n1 plus, sorry, okay, okay, n1. So if I just expand this representation, so I'll have n1, there's a k is there, right? Okay, n1 k ln v plus n2 k ln v plus 3 by 2 n1k. Okay, if I just represent 3 by 2 n1k, so this will be 1 plus ln 2 pi m1 kt divided by h square. Okay, then plus 3 by 2 n2 kt, sorry, n2k. And in that case, when you consider the number of particles n2, then you have to represent this is 1 plus ln 2 pi m2 kt divided by h square. That's why I said here we are representing mass as mi. Okay, so if n1 is coming, then you have to represent m1. If n2 is coming, then you have to keep it as m2. Okay, so that's why I just represent like that. That's why if ni, then there will be with respect to that is mi. Okay, so we also know that when you consider delta sy delta b, we all know what is this v. I didn't represent v in a form that, because v is what? V is, after mixing case, v is equal to basically v1 plus v2. Okay, it is not the like that we have seen in the case of sb. Okay, we have seen in sorry, sa. When you consider SA, we have seen that N1K ln V1, N2K ln V2. Okay, so we have represented like this, right? So here in after mixing case, actual V means what? It is V1 plus V2, and similarly here also this V is actually V1 plus V2. So why do I say that? Because when you evaluate the change in entropy delta S, okay, when you evaluate the change in entropy delta S, that is SB minus SA, when you take, so what you will be having is that you will have a representation, that is first case N1 K ln V, okay, plus N2 K ln V minus, because remaining all terms will go 0, so the term will be remaining will be having N1 K ln V, N2 K ln V into N1 K ln V1 minus N2 K ln V2. Okay, here V is what? This V is actually V1 plus V2. Okay, so if I just represent this equation like this, that is, let me just introduce like this. Okay, that is N1 K ln V is what? It is V1 plus V2 plus N2 K ln V1 plus V2. Okay, because in the case of after mixing, the volume is equal to what? V1 plus V2. Okay, so minus N1 K ln V1 minus N2 K ln V2. Now if I just combine the value of N1K together, if I keep the values of N1K together, so I can represent, because this is a subtraction, right? N1K ln V1 plus V2 minus N1K ln V1. That is, I can represent, that is using logarithmic relation, I can represent N1K ln V1 plus V2 divided by V1. Okay, so when you consider these two equation, okay, these two equation, so I can represent it like that, then plus N2K ln V1 plus V2 divided by V2. So what is this? This is delta S, right? So what it means is that we know that this is delta S is not equal to 0. Okay, and when you evaluate this value, this should be always what? The change in entropy will be what? It will be greater than 0. So this was the problem, that is called as Gibbs paradox situation. Okay, so where we identified that when you discuss the problem after mixing and before mixing case of two different gases M1 and M2, then when you evaluate the entropy before mixing and after mixing, the change in entropy is not going to 0. It is getting as a non-zero value, that is, it is more than the value 0. Okay, delta is greater than 0. So that is where we are getting when you are discussing the problem of a two different gases mixed mixing and before mixing case entropy cases. Okay, so that is the case of Gibbs paradox condition, that delta S is greater than 0, and we'll come to the discussion how do Gibbs has been tackled this situation. So we'll just address that too. Okay, so before that, let me just say that when you consider a particle, okay, so let me say that the particle density is equal. Okay, the particle density is found to be equal. In that case, so how do this problem will does the problem has any change or things will evaluate? That is, we say that the particle density is equal. What is particle density? That is N1 divided by V1 is equal to N2 by V2, because number of particles in a volume, that is density, right? Number of particles by volume. So N1 by V1 equal to N2 by V2. Okay, let's see this. This is a particle density equal condition. In that case, we'll just evaluate the entropy in that case. Okay, so the change in entropy in that case as well, and whether we'll evaluate the same condition of the Gibbs paradoxical condition exists or not. For that, I can represent this equation. I can either represent by n1 by n2, which is equal to v1 by v2, right? So now already we have an equation, that is delta S is equal to what? Delta S is equal to n1 k ln v1 plus v2 divided by v1, okay, plus n2 k ln v1 plus v2 divided by v2, okay. So this equation already we have seen in the earlier cases. Now we say that n1 by n2 equal to v1 by v2. So I can represent this representation like this, okay. This equation I can either represent like this, that is equal to n1 k ln into v1 plus v2 divided by v1. I can say that 1 plus, that is v1 by v1 1, okay, v2 by v1, so that is v2 by v1. Okay, and similarly here also n2 k ln v1 by v2 plus 1 will be there, okay. So I can represent this equation in that fashion too, okay. Now we know that when the particle density is equal means we have an equation, that is n1 by n2 equal to, we have an equation that is n1 by n2 equal to v1 by v2, okay. So I can just replace v1 by v2 equal to n1 by n2, right? So here we have a representation v1 by v2, so this I can replace, and v2 by v1 will be equal to, that will be n2 by n1, okay. So that is n1 k ln 1 plus v2 by v1 means that is n2 by n1 plus n2 into k ln, okay. So v1 by v2 is n1 by n2, okay, n1 by n2 plus 1, because the particle density is equal. So from that equation we have a representation that n1 by n2 equal to v1 by v2, or v2 by v1 will be equal to n2 by n1. So we can just take that substitution here, and whether it makes some changes or not, okay. Even in this condition, what the resultant value will be, what the delta S is remaining as it's not equal to 0, or rather we can say that again the value of change in entropy is remains, it is greater than 0, okay. So even then the particle density is equal, in that condition also there exists a Gibbs paradoxical condition, okay. Now we say that in earlier cases we have discussed that the two gases are two different, right? So in this discussion, when you consider this discussion, the gases are different, right? Okay, there are two gases are mixed, there are two different gases in two chamber mixed with a mass m1 and m2 is there, okay. So this was the condition in our the whole discussion up to now, okay. Now let me just take that if gases are similar, okay, or gases are identical in that case, okay. So gases are identical, okay. So that means in earlier cases we have in the chamber A1 the mass will be m1, and in the chamber A2 the mass will be m2. So now let me just take that if gases are identical means, so mass m equal to m1 equal to m2, okay. So we have an identical mass, and even in that condition if you do represent, even if the gas is identical also, still the corresponding value of the change in entropy will be having the same cases. That is, again if you represent the change in entropy, so it remains what, it will be always greater than 0, okay. It will be delta S will be greater than 0. So you can try out that if gases are identical, if gases are different, in both cases the change in entropy when you evaluating, you will came to know that it is actually delta S is greater than 0. Okay, so in this case also, when you evaluate, the number of particles will be different in these two cases, that is n1k ln v1 plus, sorry, let me just represent in terms of n1 plus n2, that is n1 plus n2 divided by n plus n2 k ln n1 plus n2 divided by n2. Okay, now we know that entropy is a quantity which is an extensive quantity, right? Okay, extensive quantity. What is extensive quantity? When you increase, that is SA, when you consider the case of before mixing case. Okay, before mixing case, this should, if is equal to SA is equal to S1 plus S2, and after mixing case also, SB should be also what? It will be S1 plus S2. That means SA should be equal to SB. Okay, if there is an increase in number of particles, that is the number of particles is increased by twice, and the entropy also increasing by twice, that is if we are consider n1 plus n2, okay, that is n1 plus n2 when you are mixing, then s1 and s2 are there, then after mixing it should be s1 plus s2. So this should be properly correlated. That means SA should be after mixing and before mixing should be equal to same. Then only we will get the value of delta S is equal to 0. Okay. Now how do we get this representation? So Gibbs not only said that there is an entropy contradiction is there when you are mixing and before mixing case, he said that there is an entropy contradiction is already there, that is delta S is greater than 0. In that case, change in entropy is greater than 0. So he already identified that, and he also given a solution corresponding to that as well. Okay, so how do we tackle this problem of entropy, change in entropy is greater than 0? How do we tackle that? For that, what he had done is that he just introduced uh, n factorial representation in that. Okay, so how do we find a solution for this problem? That is, he has introduced an n factorial into the equation representation. So that is, when you consider the microstate sigma, okay, the microstate sigma, when you consider, which we will be having the value that is v by h cube raised to n 2 pi m e raised to 3 by 2 divided by 3n by 2 factorial. So he introduced it like that. Okay, he introduced this as a representation. Okay, this is what, sorry, this was our representation of a sigma for a constant energy case, the microstate constant energy case. Now what he has introduced is that Gibbs has introduced is that Gibbs introduced in this case, that is sigma will be, the new sigma will be, that is v by h cube raised to n, okay, 2 pi m e raised to 3 by 2 divided by 3n by 2 factorial into n factorial. He just divided that sigma by n factorial representation. So what we will be having is that, yeah, here is 3n by 2 is there, right? Yeah, 3n by 2 is 3n by 2. So that is sigma will be equal to, I can represent it as v raised to n divided by, okay, v raised to n divided by 3n by 2 factorial into n factorial, that is 2 pi m e. So if I take that h cube to the inside, that is h cube will be there, sorry, h square will be there. Okay, so h square, so I can take whole raised to 3n by 2. What is h square raised to 3n by 2? That is h cube 3n അല്ലെങ്കിൽ h raised to 3n എന്ന് പറയുന്ന representation ആയിരിക്കും നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുക. Okay, so the new sigma will be sigma equal to v by h cube raised to n 2 pi m e divided 2 pi m e 3n divided by 2 divided by 3n by 2 factorial and n factorial representation. Now if I take the ln value of this representation, that is ln sigma. Okay, so let me just take the ln sigma for this. So that is ln vn divided by 3n by 2 factorial n factorial 2 pi m e divided by h square raised to 3n by 2. Okay, so when you evaluate, you can just, this is a multiplication of two elements ln a b, like I can represent, that is I can just separate out to the logarithmic representation, that is ln vn divided by 3n by 2 factorial n factorial plus ln 2 pi m e divided by h square, okay, raised to 3n by 2. Okay, so this is our ln sigma representation. And now if I further evaluate, so I'll have the value, so that is ln v raised to n minus ln 3n by 2 factorial into n factorial, okay, plus ln 2 pi m e divided by h square raised to 3n by 2. Okay, so further if I just go mouse on, then I'll have the value, so that is equal to ln v raised to n minus, okay, this I can further divide it, that is ln 3n by 2 factorial ln factorial. Okay, so that is a, again ln a b representation, that is I can represent this as ln 3n by 2 factorial plus ln n factorial, right, plus ln 2 pi m e divided by h square 3n by 2. Okay, now we know that we have learned a case of Stirling approximation. Hope you remember that. Okay, Stirling approximation, what was that? By using Stirling approximation, we can further reduce this equation. So what was Stirling approximation? That is ln n factorial is equal to what? 3 ln n fact, sorry, so if you take the ln of logarithmic natural logarithm of n factorial, so that I can represent n ln n minus n. Okay, so this is called Stirling approximation. So I can utilize that Stirling approximation here as well, right? 3n by 2 factorial and n ln n factorial. So I can utilize Stirling approximation. So if I do that, the corresponding equation will be having the value. Okay, so this I can represent that ln vn, I can represent that n ln v, right, minus 3 by 3 n by 2 ln 3 n by 2 minus, okay, here minus is there, that is minus into minus, that is plus will be there, that is plus 3n by 2 minus capital N ln n plus n will be there, okay, and plus we'll have, if you take the logarithmic of this value, that is 3n by 2 ln 2 pi me divided by h square, okay. Now if I just consider these two representation, then I can represent this equation in this fashion, that is when you consider these two equations ln ln v and n ln n, okay, if you consider these two value, that is n ln v minus n ln n, then I can represent that is n ln v by n, okay. Then if you consider 3n by 2 plus n, 3n by 2 plus n, that is I will be getting the value, that is 5n by 2, okay, 5n by 2 will be there, 5n by 2 plus here 3n by 2 is there, okay, 3n by 2 is there, in the last term also 3n by 2 is there, so I can take 3n by 2 outside, then I will be having the value, okay, that is ln 3n by 2 plus ln 2 pi me by h square, okay. So sorry, there is a minus representation as well there, there is a minus value also there, that is when you consider this value, I can just represent that is ln 2 pi me divided by h square, okay, minus ln 3n by 2 will be there, okay. So if I just reduce that, that is ln n v by n, okay, v by n plus 5n by 2 plus 3n by 2, so this I can represent as ln 2 pi me divided by, so I can just take, because this is a ln a minus b form, okay, ln a minus ln b form, so I can just take it as ln a by b, so that is I'll be having 3n by 2 h square, okay. This is how I can represent that equation, okay. So we got this much value corresponding to that. Now what I do is that I'll introduce E equal to what, 3 by 2 nkt, okay. So I'll introduce energy E equal to 3 by 2 nkt, so that this above equation becomes what, n equal to, okay. So let me just write it, okay. So let me just take E equal to 3 by 2 nkt, so I can substitute energy E here, so that n ln v by n, okay, plus 5n by 2, okay. 5n by 2 3n by 2 ln 2 pi m kt. So finally what I will be getting when you introducing e equal to 3 by 2 and kt, 2 pi m kt divided by h square. Okay. So this I can further reduce it into this form. That is, I'll be having the value s is equal to, sorry, ln sigma equal to, so far we are just evaluating ln sigma, right? So ln sigma is equal to n ln v by n plus 3 by 2n. So I'll just take 3 by 2n, then I'll be writing this as 5 by 3 plus, okay, 5 by 3 plus ln 2 pi m kt divided by h square. So you can just multiply this term 3 by 2 n inside. So that is 3 by 2 n into 5 by 3. So what you will be getting? You will be getting 5 by 2 n. So I just represented these two terms in this fashion. Okay. 3 by 2 n into 5 by 3 plus ln 2 pi m kt by h square. So I just taken 3 by 2 n outside from this one. So if you just multiply 3 by 2 n into 5 by 3, you will be getting 5 by 2 and 5 n by 2. Okay. So I just found a simplified form in that fashion. So now we know that we got ln sigma, right? Ln sigma we already got. Now what we need to evaluate is that we need to evaluate the entropy. So what is entropy is? So that is k ln sigma. Okay. So that is equal to, when you multiply with the k with this representation, we'll have n k ln v by n plus 3 by 2 n k into 5 by 3 plus ln 2 pi m kt divided by h square. So this is the entropy representation case, that is by introducing the value of n factorial in order to solve this representation. So we got a entropy representation in this fashion. Now what we need to evaluate is that we need to evaluate whether this case, this entropy representation S is equal to nk ln v by n plus 3 by 2 nk into 5 by 3 plus ln 2 pi m kt by h square, whether this representation is solving our problem of change in entropy greater than zero condition, whether which is able to do that or not, that we need to evaluate. So just note that entropy value after introducing the n factorial representation into the microstate condition. Okay, so we have just changed the microstate condition by dividing the microstate by n factorial. That was the solution that is proposed by the Gibbs for this kind of case. Okay, so now we'll just evaluate again like what we have done earlier. We'll be just evaluating the entropy before mixing and after mixing here. Okay, before mixing and after mixing entropy. Now let me just take that it is S1 star, that is it is the entropy that is we have obtained after introducing n factorial, that is I means S1 star means. Okay, so this will be n1 k ln v1 by n1. So this is the case for before mixing, plus 3 by 2 n1k into 5 by 3 plus ln 2 pi m1 kt divided by h square. Okay, and similarly we'll have S2 star will be equal to n2 k ln v2 by n2 plus 3 by 2 n2 k 5 by 3 ln 2 pi m2 kt divided by h square. Okay, so this is the case for before mixing case. Now we know that the total entropy of two chambers when you evaluate before mixing, that is SA star. Okay, so SA star will be equal to S1 star plus S2 star. Okay, so we'll be getting some value corresponding to that, because we already know that is S1 plus S2 will be what is the value. And now if I just evaluate after mixing case, okay, so after mixing case, so that is, let me just keep it as SB star. So we know that the after mixing case the change will be what, n equal to n1 plus n2 right? So n equal to n1 plus n2 and v equal to v1 plus v2 after mixing. Okay, so by do representing that, n1 plus n2 into k ln v1 plus v2 divided by n1 plus n2, okay, plus 3 by 2 n1 plus n2 k, okay, n1 plus n2 k into, there is a into, will be having 5 by 3 ln 2 pi mi kt divided by h square. Okay, so this will be our SB star. So when you expand, SB star will be having the value, that is n1 k ln v1 plus v2 divided by n1 plus n2 plus n2 into k ln v1 plus v2 divided by n1 plus n2. Okay, then we'll have plus 3 by 2 n1k into 5 by 3 plus ln 2 pi m1 kt divided by h square, okay, plus 3 by 2 n2k 5 by 3 plus ln 2 pi m2 kt divided by h square. Okay, so now if I just try out the delta s, okay, if I just try delta s star now, that is SB star minus SA star, because this is a new entropy we have obtained after introducing n factorial into the microstate condition. Okay, so the change in entropy, if you evaluate, so you will be finally you will be gonna get is that n1 k ln v1 plus v2 divided by n1 plus n2, okay, plus n2k ln v1 plus v2 divided by n1 plus n2 minus we'll have n1k. A star means what? That is n1k ln v1 divided by n1 minus n2 k ln v2 divided by n2. Okay, like we gonna get. Okay, so this is a new case of entropy. Now if you evaluate in this case, let me just consider the particle density representation. Okay, so this is a delta S value as of now. Now we say that the particle density is equal. Okay, particle density is equal. Okay, then in that case n1 by n2 is equal to us v1 by v2, or rather we can say that n1 by v1 is equal to n2 by v2. Okay, so that means I can represent this equation in this fashion, that is n1 by n2 will be equal to us n1 by n2 plus 1 is equal to v1 by v2 plus 1. So that is, so this is what n1 plus n2 divided by n2. Okay, so that is equal to v1 plus v2 by v2. Okay, and this further I can just represent this equation in this fashion, that is v1 by v1 plus v2, sorry, v1 plus v2 divided by n1 plus n2, which is equal to what, which is equal to v2 divided by n2. So let me just keep it as equation number 2 of that. Okay, and we also now know that also we have a relation that n2 by n1 is equal to v2 by v1, right? Okay, from that representation I can formulate n2 by n1 plus 1 is equal to v2 by v1 plus 1. Okay, from that I have the corresponding representation, that is n2 plus n1 divided by n1 is equal to v2 plus v1 divided by v1. Okay, so that is I can formulate v2 plus v1 divided by n2 plus n1 is equal to v1 divided by n1. Okay, so this is, let me just take the equation number 3. Okay, now why I have done this all this thing is that because we already having in this equation there is a representation for v1 plus v2 divided by n1 plus n2, and there is a v1 plus v2 divided by n1 plus n2. So this I can substitute by using this for two relation, v1 plus v2 divided by n1 plus n2 is v2 by n2, v2 plus v1 divided by n2 plus n1 is v1 by n1. Okay, so if I know this relation, so I can actually take delta S star is equal to n1, sorry, n1k ln v1 divided by n1. Okay, n1k ln v1 divided by n1. So what I have just substituted v2 plus v1 divided by n2 plus n1. So just I substituted that. And similarly, when you consider n2k ln, so where I can replace v1 plus v2 divided by n1 plus n2, that is v2 by n2 I just substituted. Okay, minus we'll have n1k ln v1 divided by n1 minus n2k ln v2 divided by n2. Okay, so that is means what, so this will be what we will be resultant, delta S star will be equal to 0 you will be getting. Okay, that is by introducing a n factorial into the representation of the microstate, we can actually reach the change in entropy value equal to 0 representation. That is the Gibbs contribution to understand the Gibbs paradoxical problem and to evaluate the value of change in entropy using this representation. So we will be getting here now, if you evaluate the entropy representation by in this fashion, we can say that the entropy is a extensive quantity, and we also we have derived a quantity S is equal to what, S is equal to, by introducing after n factorial into the microstate, we got a entropy S is equal to what? That is N K ln V by N, right? Plus 3 by 2 Nk divided by 5 by 3 plus ln 2 pi mkt, okay, divided by h square. So these are the entropy representation we have obtained in that case, right? Okay, so this entropy representation has a name, or this equation is called as Thackeray tetrode equation. Okay, it's a very important equation which is called Thackeray tetrode equation, where entropy S is equal to Nk ln V by N plus 3 by 2 Nk, 5 by 3 plus ln 2 pi mkt h square. Okay, so what we have got here is that we have got a representation for entropy after introducing the microstate. Was what we are introducing in the microstate in that case, that is sigma equal to V by h cube raised to n 2 pi me 3n by 2 divided by 3n by 2 factorial into n by 2 factorial. That was our sigma. So simply by changing the microstate, by introducing n factorial into the denominator, we able to get a entropy, that is a change in entropy we found to be 0. So that is a contribution of Gibbs towards that. So let me just say that again, just I say the Gibbs has been changed the microstate in this fashion by introducing V by h cube raised to n, because this representation is more important to you. Then you will be easily, you can derive all the representation like what we have done so far. That is 3n by 2 factorial, and its contribution was by introducing an n factorial to the here. Okay, so this is the microstate we have evaluated. By using this microstate, we have obtained this entropy representation in this fashion, and this equation we called as Thackeray tetrode equation. Okay, once you get a representation for entropy, okay, once you get a representation for entropy, then you can actually calculate what? You can calculate all the thermodynamic parameter associated to that. Okay, we have done like that, right? We are done for the case of thermodynamic ideal gas. We have represented the equation, right? So we know that when you know entropy, by using the entropy we can actually derive the energy, we can obtain the chemical potential value, we can obtain the enthalpy representation, we can obtain the Gibbs energy representation, we can also obtain the pressure associated to that. So all these things can be obtained by simply if you get the value of energy in that notation. Okay, so I'll be giving you an assignment that you want to do that. Let me just give you you want to get basically the value corresponding to the entropy, energy and Gibbs, sorry, you want to get the Gibbs energy and the chemical potential and the enthalpy notation by simply utilizing the entropy notation. Okay, for that so you have to use the Thackeray tetrode equation for that. Okay, so I'll be just saying is that simply you have to identify the value of energy by using the entropy. So I'll just give the final representation of energy. Okay, so you have to find out how do we get this energy representation. So I'll give the final value of energy by using this entropy, that is 3 h square n raised to 5 by 3 divided by 4 pi m v raised to 2 by 3 exponential of 2s by 3nk, 2s by 3nk minus 5 by 3. Okay, so this is the associated energy value for that case. Okay, and by using the entropy notation. And the next one is the chemical potential value. Okay, the chemical potential associated to this will be it is kT ln V by N H square divided by 2 pi m kT raised to 3 by 2. Okay, so this is the associated chemical potential with the associated entropy corresponding to that kT ln V by N H square, sorry, V by N alla N by V, V by N idiyalla, N by V H square 2 pi m kT raised to 3 by 2. Okay, ഇവിടെ ചെറിയ ചേഞ്ച് ഉണ്ട്. ഇതാണ് ln V. Okay, so ഇതാണ് ഇവിടുത്തെ കെമിക്കൽ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യലിന്റെ വാല്യൂ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. അതുപോലെ നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇതിന്റെ എൻതാൽപ്പി നൊട്ടേഷൻ. ഓക്കെ, G മൈനസ് പി വി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന എൻതാൽപ്പി നൊട്ടേഷൻ ആണ് നമുക്ക് ജസ്റ്റ് നെക്സ്റ്റ് പറയാനുള്ളത്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ H is equal to G minus PV. Okay, yeah, so okay, H is equal to enthalpy notation corresponding to that will be NKT ln N by V H square by 2 pi m kT raised to 3 by 2 minus 1. Okay, നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് എന്താ വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എൻട്രോപ്പിന്റെ വാല്യൂ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ട് നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ള സാക്കുറ ടെട്രോഡ് ഇക്വേഷൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം, ഇവിടെ എനർജി കാണണം, കെമിക്കൽ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ കാണണം, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ എൻതാൽപ്പിന്റെ വാല്യൂയും കാണണം. ഓക്കെ, ഞാൻ വാല്യൂസ് ഓൾറെഡി തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പം എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഈ ഒരു എൻട്രോപ്പി ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ഈ എനർജിന്റെ റിലേഷൻ കാണുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നിങ്ങൾ അസൈൻമെന്റ്. അത് നിങ്ങൾ നാളെ നമ്മളെ ക്ലാസ് 10 മണിക്കാണ്. അതിനു മുമ്പ് നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്തിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം, അത് നമ്മുടെ ഗൂഗിൾ ക്ലാസ് റൂമിൽ സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് ഈ എൻട്രോപ്പിന്റെ സാക്കുലേറ്റഡ് ഇക്വേഷൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ട് എനർജി വാല്യൂ, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കെമിക്കൽ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യലിന്റെ വാല്യൂ, ദെൻ എൻതാൽപ്പിന്റെ വാല്യൂ നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടിട്ട് അതൊരു അസൈൻമെന്റ് ആയിട്ട് നാളെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുക, സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക. നാളെ 10 മണിക്ക് മുമ്പ് എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം, ആ അസൈൻമെന്റ് എനിക്ക് കിട്ടിയിരിക്കണം. അപ്പോൾ എൻട്രോപ്പിന്റെ വാല്യൂ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടാണ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. എങ്ങനെയാണ് എൻട്രോപ്പിയിൽ നിന്ന് എനർജി കാണുക എന്നുള്ളത് നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. കെമിക്കൽ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യലും എൻട്രോപ്പിയുടെ റിലേഷൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാം. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ എൻതാൽപ്പിയും തമ്മിലുള്ള റിലേഷൻ നിങ്ങൾ അറിയാം. അപ്പോൾ അതെന്ത് ചെയ്യാം, ഇക്വേഷൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ട് അത് കണ്ടെത്തുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നിങ്ങളെ അസൈൻമെന്റ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. നാളെ അത് ചെയ്തിട്ട് സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. തൽക്കാലം ഇന്നത്തെ സെഷൻ ഇവിടെ വൈൻഡ് അപ്പ് ചെയ്യാണ്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും ചോദ്യങ്ങൾ